Hi guys, a very warm welcome here at Classic Youngtimers Consultancy in the south of the Netherlands in Uden. Today we'll talk you through car design and specifically proportions, surfacing and jewelry. We'll do that through looking at this lovely Bugatti Veyron and also a BMW Z4. So we're here up close with the Bugatti Veyron. And you know the 3 steps of car design perhaps. It's proportion, about 10 meters distance, surfacing, the skin of the car, about 1 meter distance, and then jewelry, the details, such as headlights, chrome strips, jewelry like logos. Well, let's have a look at the proportions first of the Bugatti Veyron. What do we actually see? Why does the car look the way it looks? We see a cap forward design. You see the cap is basically up until the center point of the front wheel. Then up until here, the cabin reaches, because everything behind that is that massive engine. The engineering underneath this car defines the proportions. And when we have a look at the Z4 in a moment, you'll see the opposite. You see an engine not in the back, but in the front. You see not a cap forward, but a cap rearwards. And it's just the engineering of the vehicle that will define these proportions. Second step, surfacing, the skin of the car. Let's have a look at what's happening here. There's an enormous amount of soft sculpture. Just like the original Bugattis of the early 1900s, rich, creamy, so to speak, surfacing, a very soft skin. Surely with a few lines, but only very basic. That is a very big contrast to what we see at the Z4. There will be scoops and very aggressive lines going through the bodywork, concave and convex surfacing. This harks back to the originals with this center line that comes back here in the surfacing, then runs through the roof all the way towards the back and even the spoiler. Very subtle hints in the surfacing to the heritage of this specific brand. Then if we have a look at the jewelry, for instance the headlights here, you see this lovely amount of sculpture within the sculpture of the car. And as the car is clean and simple, so are the headlights clean and simple. Proportion, surfacing, jewelry. So here we are with the BMW Z4, proportionally very different. Cap rearwards rather than cap forwards with the Veyron. Remember that front axle where the cabin was. And here we see a massive bonnet for the engine, and then we go all the way back, and here is the place where the driver would sit. Very much cap rearward and a very short overhang in the back because there's only a boot. Coming a bit closer to the Z4, what really makes this car stand out is the so-called flame surfacing, the skin with very strong convex and concave surfaces. Typical for BMW in the time and very recognizable as a BMW, even not looking at the kidney grille up front, but just looking at a piece of surfacing. So now we had a look mainly at proportional statements. Cap rearward at the BMW, cap forward at the Veyron. And then obviously these big changes in surfacing the skin of the car. Thanks for watching this Vredestein and Niels van Roij Design Masterclass, and see you at the next one.